after filing of 16 FIRs?
Maha, here the entire thing will depend on whether there has been any exchange of money. In fact, CBI sources reveal that out of the 16 FIRs that have been registered, 6 have actually, the investigation has been completed by CBI, and it is likely that there might be little relief for the government, because if the criminality part is not confirmed by the CBI, so though we can say that the process was not followed properly, but then the criminality part will not be existing. So certainly it might bring some relief to the government. But as of now, it is in the closed envelope. The entire investigation by the CBI, the status report is in the closed envelope. It has been given to the Supreme Court. So this is what they're going to discuss today. They're going to find out the Supreme Court on how the investigation is going forward. On the other hand, Maha, the Enforcement Directorate was also asked by the Supreme Court, because the entire case is under the supervision of the Supreme Court,
right,
that on if there is any exchange of money abroad. So there are investigations happening under Prevention of Money Laundering Act, and it is expected that ED will also file their status report.
Right, Ashish, let me quickly bring in senior lawyer Majid Memon also at this point in time. But sir, I'll just come back to you. Let me quickly put a question to our reporter who has to rush into the court at this point. Very quickly, Ashish, if you could also help us understand if there are financial implications that are linked to perhaps the scrapping of licenses that might also come up in the purview of what the Supreme Court thinks on this issue.
Well, if you see whether it was 2G scam or whether it is the coal scam, there are going to be, we have seen 22 licenses being cancelled, and there were massive financial implications. Here again, because coal blocks have been allocated, the economy was dependent on coal. We know that power sector needs major coal input, but there are no, since as the government has also said in the past, that coal is lying in Mother Earth, and no mining has actually happened. But again, as companies have taken loan against the lease that has been provided by the government, so there is going to be financial implications in days to come. There is no doubt about it if the licenses are cancelled.
Many thanks, Ashish. We'll let you go off over there so that you can get us the latest. Let me now go across to senior lawyer Majid Memon. Sir, as our reporter was pointing out over there, that the CBI has registered 16 FIRs, 6 investigations have been completed, and the CBI is likely to tell the court today that though perhaps some of the allocations may have been wrong, no criminality has been established in the case so far. How do you see then the case panning out from here on as far as the Supreme Court goes, which is monitoring the case?
Well, Supreme Court is expected to keep itself informed with regard to every discovery, in the process of investigation which is ongoing. Now, since this matter is of great national interest in the sense that it involves huge public money, anything which is criminal or anything which is violative of criminal law definitely needs to be taken to the court, and the law must take its own course. But at the same time, let us not forget that abrupt cancellation at the instance of somebody who may be seeking that may not be in the best interest of justice for various reasons. Now, in this particular case, as you have already informed me that the CBI is expected to tell the court that there is no criminality involved, in that case I don't think Supreme Court would be just rushing to order cancellation of those coal block allotments. But then please understand that whenever even if there was some criminality, assuming that there was some criminality, and assuming that in awarding these blocks to certain interested parties, maybe against certain quid pro quo, as probably could probably have surfaced. But in that case too, in my humble view, what is required to be seen is that, well, it doesn't stop at where an erroneous allocation has been made. It must have moved further to several innocent people who may have thereafter acted or pumped in their monies, or may have spend a lot of money for their own expansion, which may be absolutely honest and without any breach of law. Now, they must not be the sufferers.
Okay.
Therefore, as a fallout of abrupt cancellation of block allotment, or for that matter earlier 2G licenses, we will also have to take care that it doesn't result in miscarriage of justice vis-a-vis so many others who may be innocent but who would suffer. For what fault are they being punished? So that care needs to be taken in cases of this magnitude.
So there's another question I'd like you to clarify for us. Now, if the scrapping of licenses is something that the Supreme Court pushes, the Finance Ministry has already informed the Cabinet that the non-performing loans for banks will go up to about 100,000 crore rupees. Now, looking at the huge financial implications, is that something the court does consider, or for it, justice without looking at financial implications is what is the right path forward?
Now, see, courts are definitely taking into consideration as one of the factors about the quantum of money involved. But at the same time and in the same breath, I must add that the only huge quantum of money is not the driving factor. What is important is, in the facts and circumstances of a given case, in a given situation, the Supreme Court would certainly examine that whether it is serving the interest of justice best by cancelling the licenses. You see, the government's policies are different. The governments are working on different considerations. There may be public interest, there may be welfare-oriented policies, there may be several other considerations. At times we have seen that the government of India may not try to get the highest money through bid, because probably the government may anticipate that ultimately it would go to the consumer. The burden would go to the consumer if the government charges higher. So therefore, money making is not always the first priority of the government. In this case, the cabinet may take its decision taking into view its own constraint, its own priorities. But as far as courts are concerned, the courts would only feel that if a criminal offence is appearing to have been committed, then in that event the court would intervene, or otherwise I think the policies would proceed as they are.
Mr. Majid Memon, many thanks for joining us for the time being with your perspective on the case. He will be joining us again at 11 right now.